A very good evening, everybody. Welcome to Christmas at Home. Let it snow, indeed. I love starting the broadcast with that lovely video of the snow falling. And thanks again to Mark Cease for that wonderful job. And just seeing everybody go, oh, it's snowing, here comes the snow. It's great. I hope everyone's very well. I hope you're all having a great day today. Splendid to see everybody. So hello, Helen. A very good and Helena, everybody. Welcome and Sue to and Natalie and Jan. And Sue, Merry Tuesday to you as well. And to Cynthia and Carol and Rob and Hazel. It's great to see everybody. Don't worry about it, Hazel. You are all part of the choir. Don't worry if you haven't recorded anything. I hope really doesn't matter. Everything is great day today. Great. People have been sending in submissions. We're going to have a lovely time on December the 20th. Great stuff. So, hang on. Sorry, folks. I'm getting two lots of sound. Okay, right. Sorted that out. Excuse me. Can't get the staff. I think I need to put the headphones on. You liking the echo? Yeah. I might turn it down just a tiny bit just at the start, but I've discovered that things sound a bit better when you're singing along, when you can hear yourself with a bit of an echo. So that's a bit better. Delay in audio, is that a bit better for everybody? Splendid. So, great to see everybody. There's a message from John Rutter. Well, have a look at the message that Mark has sent out. Hopefully that's all sorted now, Mark. Marvellous. Great. You have double audio. As I said, hopefully that's all sorted. That's because I'm monitoring the screen over here. I'm still getting used to all this new setup, everybody. This is the thing, having started 151 sessions ago with a completely different setup, and those of you that work with technology know what it's like. You think, I'm just going to make a small improvement, and then you make that improvement, and then that has a knock-on effect with everything else. So you're always making incremental improvements, but you're always relearning and learning your setup. Anyway, all is well. You can all hear me. I can't hear you, but I can see you and I can read your lovely comments. So it's great to see everybody. Hello, Lisa and Angie. No, it's not you. It's all me. Marion says, better with the hat on. Thank you. Oh, fabulous. I'm talking with myself, says Helena. Yes, that sounds about right. That's the only way to get a sensible conversation, isn't it? To have a conversation with yourself. Well, look, now that the sound is a little bit better, I'm just going to do the levels, everybody. So as always, just double check, please, that you've got the sound just turned down just for a moment whilst we make some sound. So a nice big piano. Let's have a bit of In the Bleak and okay, good. Let's have a bit of a recording. So how's Record Irish sounding tonight? How are you, folks? Let's hear. Oh, bit of rutter. It is the season for rutter, isn't it, everybody?
What sweeter music can we bring?
Oh, do you know what, everybody? I can't wait to teach this one to you. I know lots of you. Diane and George said this is one of your favourites. It's one of mine too. It's why it's here. The other one, let's just have a listen to In the Bleak. Oh, gorgeous.
In a black midwinter, frosty wind.
Oh, lovely stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a bit of Messiah. This one, as you know, is going to be a little bit louder. Whoa. Can't help but conduct along with this. Splendid. Okay, well, I think we're good to go. All good, Ben, says Mark. We're there, I think. So, how's everybody doing? Now, I hope you liked the Christmas present from Mark. And this is from Mark. You know how sometimes you give presents, say they're from all of us. This is Mark's present. He's done a fabulous, fabulous job on your behalf. So if you haven't seen the email from Mark, everybody, have a little look. There's something very special in there. If you're a soprano, Oh my goodness me, you've got such a treat. Altos, again, wonderful stuff. Tenors and basses, there is something there for everybody. So have a look out for that very, very special present from Mark. And I have to say, folks, he's been working on this for months and months and months. We've been talking about it since the summer. So, just to say that a huge amount of planning and a huge amount of effort goes into organising all this from Mark's point of view. He said today, and I hope you don't mind me saying, Mark, it takes him 4 to 5 hours a day just to get through emails and answer and get through everything. And you think about how many messages he gets from all of us. I think we all need to take our hats off to Mr. Strawn for that wonderful, wonderful effort. We all think you were a brilliant, brilliant leader, fantastic founder, and a very, very generous gentleman. So, and this is one of those presents, everybody, that you can open before Christmas. And it is definitely one of those presents that will keep giving. The more you watch it, the more you sing along with it, the more you will get out of it. So, Mark, you're the best. So how's everybody else doing? Jean says, one of my kids was born along with a recording of Unto Us a Child is Born. The doc was a tenor and sang along. Jean, that's a brilliant story. Oh, fabulous. There is a bit of an echo. Yes, I've kept a little bit of reverb on here, Helen, just to give us the impression of we're in a slightly larger space than my bedroom. All right, but at least there's not the actual echo of my voice coming back to us. For Runt to Us is one of my favourites. Thank you, Helena. Mine too. Mark is blushing. Well, quite right. Stephanie has not had the last 3 emails from Mark. That's Stephanie Garrett, Mark. If you can please help out with that. I think the thing to say is, folks, if you are missing the emails from Mark, send Mark an email. mark@theselfisolationchoir.com, and he will get straight back to you. All right? Cheers, everybody. And he and I are in constant conversation, and we had a fantastic chat this afternoon. I'm not going to tell you what we were talking about, but you will all be very, very pleased when you hear what we have planned. Because we're also in the process, I say we, this is the royal we, the wonderful Mark Cease is putting together a timetable to show everything for next year. For those of you who are already thinking about planning what you want to do and which courses you want to be part of. And so at some point, hopefully soon, we'll share that with you, and you'll be able to see on one sheet is the plan. All of the courses, all beautifully laid out. And so you can plan which of the courses you want to take part in. And hopefully to make things a little bit easier on you. Because as we said, the most important thing, everybody, about all of this is that it should be fun. And I said to Mark today, I don't think I've ever had as much fun working with an organisation as with this one. It's an absolute blast, and I'm sure many of you out there feel the same. Oh, what lovely things for you to be saying. Mark, I know, is going to be blushing big time, and quite right too. There's always something planned at SIC. Too right, Diane and George, too right. So, just double checking everything for tonight. You're going to need In the Bleak Midwinter. You're going to need the lovely, lovely What Sweeter Music. And then the plan is, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a little look at those 2 movements from Messiah. We're not going to note bash them. And I think it's important at this point to just for those who are relatively new to the choir or new to choral singing, when you first come across a piece of music like Messiah, that first rehearsal, well, it's a little bit like, I sometimes compare it to clearing a path through a very dense forest. And you've got a machete and you're kind of hacking away. And that first rehearsal is hard going. And everyone that gets to the end, maybe slightly scratched and battered and bruised, but we've got to the end. And I always call that note bashing, and many people call it that. When you come back to it, hopefully because you had such a good go first time, the second time you go through, you can make your way through. It's not necessarily easy, but you remember certain bits and bits where you had to hop over that log and crawl under that rock and so on. And the more you do it, the path becomes wider and wider until you get to the point where if you've sung Messiah, let's say more than 10 times, and there are people out there who sing it every year without fail, it comes to the point where that path, it's like a motorway. What started out as a hard hacking job to kind of just get through to the end, it just becomes like, well, I could sing any part in any of those movements, and it's just all automatic. So for those of you that have not sung it before, these two movements from Messiah. So that's for unto us, or for unto us, as some of us have been saying, and glory to God. Remember, the teaching videos that we're sending out are from the original Messiah run, and those are note bashing rehearsals. What we'll do tonight, everybody, is polish. So it's going to be singing through it, giving you some tips and tricks and some reminders for those of you who just need it with the semiquavers, these fast notes, and a sing through. All right, so that's the plan. If you haven't learnt for unto us before, for unto us, and glory to God, look out for our teaching videos, which are from March and April of this year, and that's where you do your note bashing. And then this rehearsal is the spit and polish, everybody, making it shine. So how's everybody doing? Oh yes, people are talking about the bloopers. Oh, they are very, very good. Margaret saying note bashing is a new term. Well, excellent. Very glad to be sharing the joys of musical education with the world. Now, everybody, we have a minute to go before we start tonight's rehearsal. As always, it is fantastic to see you all, and thank you for your lovely, lovely comments. And again, huge thanks to Mark for those gorgeous Christmas presents, and you can open them now. All right, it's like, you remember you used to get presents from presents at school when you were kids. And you were allowed to open them in class, even though it felt kind of wrong. You were allowed to open this present. It's okay. If you want to wait till Christmas, that's fine too, of course. Now, tonight, we're looking at 4 movements in particular. We'll start in a minute with a very quick warm-up, then it's In the Bleak Midwinter, What Sweeter Music, and then those 2 movements from Handel's Messiah. Okay, as a bit of a polish and a bit of a reprise of what we already learnt. So everybody, please make sure you've got everything you need for the next hour. This is your time to enjoy singing together. Make sure you've got a drink of water handy if you wouldn't mind. Make sure the phone is on silent. And please do continue chatting throughout the rehearsal. If you want to pop up in the comments and have a chat with somebody, that's brilliant. If you've never commented before, consider just popping up and saying hi, and everyone will be lovely to you. But in the meantime, everybody, we're going to go full screen and start the rehearsal. So with me, please. Thank you very much. And welcome, everybody, to tonight's rehearsal. It is Christmas at home. It's the Soprano rehearsal in week 3. And as I've said, we're going to start in a minute with In the Bleak Midwinter, but first of all, let's get warmed up. So if I can invite everybody, put everything down. You don't need anything in your hands for the next couple of minutes. And if I could ask you to stand up, if that's all right, everybody. If you're not up for standing, that's absolutely fine, but bring yourself to the edge of your seat, if you would, please, everybody, and plant your feet, folks. Feel that connection down with the floor, and feel your weight pressing down, whether you're standing or sitting. You can all do this. Feel that connection with the floor. Your weight is pressing down, almost as if it could go through the floor, down into the earth, and like you're putting down roots, like a tree. And those roots will spread out from wherever you are in the world, and they'll spread out through your house or flat, wherever you are, and out into your area and your town and your city. And you'll start feeling connected to other people nearby where you are. And it might be they're in the house next door, they might be a town over, they might be a whole country away, but you're going to start feeling that connection. And I want everybody to spread those roots out all around the world, where hundreds of people right now are joined together. And we're all going to take a lovely deep breath, and we're going to be joined together like a great big choir. Ready? Deep breath in. And blow that air away. Hundreds and hundreds of people all breathing together. Nice tall mouth. Take a deep breath in. Feel that connection and blow anything that's worrying you away. One more deep breath in with a tall mouth and blow away any worries and cares. Get rid of it. Don't need to worry about it for the next hour or so. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Roll your shoulders around, please. Keep these movements nice and gentle. Nice and sedate. This is just about stretching these muscles. Fabulous. Gilles says, I feel like a tree. Fantastic. That's great. Roll your shoulders back the other way. There is a Christmas carol about trees, isn't it? Jesus Christ the apple tree. Oh, well, next year. Shoulders up to your ears, please, everybody. Take a deep breath and blow the air away from you and let your shoulders fall. Thank you. Well done, everyone. We'll start with a bit of a hum. Let's start there. And we'll just keep this sound going. Breathe whenever you like. Take a deep breath and off we go. And splendid. Deep breath, upper semitone. And Splendid. Now an ooh, and ooh, and again. Ooh, and R for orange with a tall mouth, and and again. Lovely. And now an R, and Splendid. Now repeating after me, my turn first as I sing ma, ma, ma. Your turn. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your turn. Great. And one more. You, you, you. Thank you very much indeed, Sops. That's great. Now, we're going to start with In the Bleak Midwinter tonight. If your voice is still waking up, and you're in those early hours of the day, and your voice is still a little bit cold, then do consider pausing the stream just a few more of those vocal exercises to bring your voice up to the point where you can sing these notes. The highest note in this first one is an E, which is where we warmed up to, and by the time we need anything higher, our voices should be nicely warm. Now look, have a drink of water, please, everybody. Keep yourself hydrated. If, like me, you've got a little bit of a rough throat, try not to sing too loudly. Be mindful of your vocal health. Drink plenty of water. And if you feel a little bit of something in your throat, a bit of vocal fry or something, try not to cough. Instead, swallow hard and have a sip of drink. Achieves much the same effect and doesn't abrade that vocal tract. Okay, everyone, so let's have a look at In the Bleak Midwinter. As I said yesterday, this is one of two famous settings of this beautiful poem by Christina Georgina Rossetti. One is by Gustav Holst, and this is by Harold Darke, who was a composer of British church music, and you may know some of his settings of the Magnificat and Nunc Dimittis, but this is probably his most famous work. Now, Sopranos, the first verse is sung by a solo, but of course one of the great things about self-isolation choir is you can all sing the solo. So let's all have a look at it, shall we? We start off with this lovely set of chords. Okay, and the first entry is mezzo piano, which is moderately soft, and our tune, Sopranos, is 3, 4. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. All right, let's sing that together. Before we do, make it beautifully shaped. All right, instead of singing all the way to the end of the note at the same dynamic, phrase it off so it's got a lovely curve, a lovely shape to all of these lines. So let's sing together In the Bleak. Deep breath, 2, 3, 4. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. Excellent. Lovely. Now, earth stood hard as iron. And there, notice I'm making my mouth really tall. Ah, dropped jaw. And we sing, earth stood hard as iron. Iron. Okay, nice tall mouth. Let's sing that together. 2, 3, 4. Earth stood hard as iron. Very nice. And then water like a stone. And there's a slight hold there. Poco ral, poco little ral. A little bit of a hold there. So it'll slow down through stone. So make sure you've taken a big enough breath. Let's sing together. Earth stood hard as iron, please, Sopranos. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Earth stood hard as iron. Water like a stone. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Then we come right down. We come down to a piano and we sing, snow had fallen, snow on snow. And just listen to that. People have all sorts of different interpretations of the rhythm there. So listen again. Okay, note the dotted rhythm there. There's two of them. Snow had fallen, 2, 3, 4. Snow had fallen, snow on snow. Okay, and then snow... Oh, sorry, my fault. completely misread that. Snow on snow with me, and snow on snow. Excellent. And notice there's actually a diminuendo over that line, so we don't want it to get too big. It's an echo. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, and then echo. Snow on snow. Okay, it's a really lovely effect. And then the last line here at the top of page 12 in our pack, it's in the bleak midwinter long ago. And just be careful at the end to smile and support that note so it doesn't go flat. Let's sing together in the bleak midwinter this last line at the top of page 12, bar 15, in the bleak. Ready, 2, 3, 4. In the bleak midwinter long ago. Lovely. Well done. Have a sip of drink. Excuse me. Splendid stuff. Okay, so we'll sing that through with Record Diary in just a moment. Let's have a look at what happens in the second verse. Because, of course, all three of these verses, sopranos, that you're going to be singing, 1, 2, and 4, well, they all have pretty much the same tune, just with a slight variation to fit in with the words. So verse 2, we come in on page 12 on that second line, and we sing, it's an upbeat. We go 1, 2, 3. Our God cannot hold him, nor earth sustain. So it's obviously derived from that first line, but just with the upbeat, what we call an anacrusis, and with a slightly stronger sound. It's a forte here, okay? Our God. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Our God cannot hold him, nor earth sustain. Great job. Well done. And then we sing, heaven and earth shall flee away when he comes to reign. And again, this is a loud bit, so you get to crescendo through that first bar. Heaven and earth shall flee away. That's the strongest part of that line. Let's sing together. Heaven and earth. 2, 3, 4. Heaven and earth shall flee away when he comes to reign. Very good, everyone. Now we're at bar 28, and it's in the bleak midwinter. And again, please note the dotted rhythm there. Okay, that little note just before the last one. Let's sing together in the bleak. 2, 3, 4. In the bleak midwinter. Good. And then a stable place sufficed, and a stable place sufficed. Great. And then the Lord God Almighty, Jesus Christ. So it's the same notes as in that first verse, just that much louder. It's all forte until the third to last bar on Jesus, where it starts to get quieter, and the last 2 bars then are very quiet. Let's sing that whole verse, please, sopranos. Our God, heaven cannot hold him. Starting on the second line, please, of page 12. There's your note. Any altos, tenors, basses who want to sing along, please feel free to do so. Okay, after 3, our God. 1, 2, 3. Our God, heaven cannot hold him, nor earth sustain. Now crescendo. Heaven and earth shall flee away when he comes to reign. In the bleak midwinter, a stable place sufficed. The Lord God Almighty, Jesus done, everybody. Great stuff. I have to say, pulling back on that high note and keeping the tone all the way to the end is tricky. Now, as sopranos, that last three notes should be nice and straightforward in terms of your range. It's right in the middle, just as I say, smile on that B, on that penultimate note. Now the third verse is tenor solo, and you can just sit back and enjoy Harry singing that, and he's done a brilliant job there. So we have one more verse to look at, everybody. What can I give him? If you could turn over, please, to page 13, that would be lovely. So I'm going to have a sip of the good stuff in my self-isolation choir mug. A little bit of coffee. Okay, what can I give him? Poor as I am. So this is page 13, and notice at the top it's mezzo piano. Okay, it's really, really gentle and really simple. What can I give him? Poor as I am. And notice straight away that the melody here it's as simple as it can get. He's taken out all of the dotted rhythms. He's taken out a lot of what we call the passing notes, these notes that sort of come in between notes of the chord, and you just end up with... almost as if the line itself is poor. You know, it can't afford all the passing notes. So keep it as simple and as plain and beautiful as you can when you sing along with this. Here we go, 2, 3, 4. What can I give him, poor as I am? Well done, everybody. It's a really moving moment when we sing that. We then get on to bar 41. If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. And here we crescendo through this bar. We sing, if I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. Sing that with me, please, sopranos. And if I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. Great. And then, if I were a wise man, I would do my part. And again, just notice the rhythm there on wise. It's wise man. All whole notes there. Okay, if I were a wise man, 2, 3, and if I were a wise man, I would do my part. And then the penultimate line with the upbeat, it's yet what can I give him? Just that, please. 1, 2, 3. Yet what can I give him? And then this is the coda. This is the last verse. So it's going to be slightly different. We sing, give my heart. Okay, and as sopranos, you can just enjoy that wonderful, wonderful moment. We go up to that G, drop your jaw, give my heart, and make that sound lovely and round. Let's sing that together. 2, 3, 4. Give my heart, and then give my heart to finish. Sing with me, and give my heart. Well done, everybody. Now, what we'll do is we'll sing all the way through that one with Record Diary. Now, remember, we're not submitting this one for recording. Everything we're singing along tonight is all for your enjoyment to sing along with at home. So let's enjoy Record Diary. And it's Kirsty singing the soprano solo in the first verse. Do join in with her. Harry in the third verse. Again, if you want to sing along with the tenor solo, why not? Let's enjoy ourselves, everybody. So, where are we? In the bleak. Here we go.
In a black midwinter, frosty wind made moan. I stood hard as iron, wrought I like a stone. enough for him whom cherubim worship night and day. A breast full of milk and a manger full of hay, enough for him whom angels fall down before. The ox and ass and camel which adore. What can I give him, born as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what I can I give him? Give my heart.
Isn't that just wonderful, everybody? Thank you so much to Recordari and to Richard for that wonderful, wonderful playing. And of course to Kirsty and to Harry for those fantastic solos. It's always great to see colleagues singing. And all it does is make me feel increasingly nervous for the fact that I still have to sing The Three Kings. So I'm looking forward to that. And thank you, Harry, for setting the bar quite that high. It's a great job. Thanks, everybody. So let's move on. Let's have a look, please, at the next piece for tonight. This one is What Sweeter Music. And you'll find this one on page 51 of your pack. And this one is one of John Rutter's fabulous carols. It was published in 1988. I first encountered this would have been in 94, and I've been obsessed with it. It's such a beautiful carol. As I said yesterday, there's a real feel of the Celtic mode, and some of the movements are particularly poignant. So let's have a look at the start. Now, those of you that can read music will empathise with me. 6 flats, Mr. Rutter, goodness me. So let's have a look at this lovely piece. Now, you get the tune at the start. It is a piece of John Rutter, so of course the sopranos have the tune at the opening. And so your line here, sopranos, it's piano, which is soft, dolce e legato, sweet and smooth. Okay, here we go. So our first entry is 1, 2. What sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing the birth of this our heavenly King? Awake the voice, awake the string. Okay, now we'll learn that in bits, but the lovely thing is once you know this tune, an awful lot of what follows, well, it means you already know it. Okay, so it's worth spending a few minutes getting it absolutely right. Now, you need to smile throughout all this. Think about it. If you were saying to people, what sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing? You know, if you sang it with just a dour, straight face, people would think you're weird. What sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing? You know, the smile makes it all the more real and all the more important and makes your voice sparkle. Okay, so let's look at this first line. It's 1, 2. What sweeter music can we bring? Sing with me. 1, To what sweeter music can we bring? Fabulous. Now, if you can sing all the way through to Than a Carol for to Sing, then do stagger the breathing throughout this first page, okay? There's not actually a breath marked in between What Sweeter Music and Heavenly King. So breathe any way you like, but try not to breathe at the end of the line, if you can help it, okay? We then sing after Can We Bring It, Than a carol for to sing with me, than a carol for to sing. So from the beginning, 1, 2, what sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing? And then we sing, the birth of this our heavenly King. Sing with me, 1, 2, the birth of this our heavenly King. Very nice. And then, awake the voice, awake the string, and awake the voice, awake the string. Let's do the whole first page. Ready, sopranos? Deep breath. What sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing the birth of this heavenly King? Awake the voice, awake the string. Well done. Thank you, Sops. Have a sip of drink. Isn't it lovely? Now the tenors and basses have a little bit of fun together, and then in bar 18, your next line it goes, that sees December turned to May, and there's a little rit there, so just watch out for that. That sees December, 1, 2, that sees December turns to May, and smile as December turns to May, as the spring comes following the winter, to warm that last chord for me. Okay, tenors and basses again get the tune. So we're next in sopranos on page 53. 'Tis he is born, whose quickening birth gives life and lustre, public mirth to heaven and the under earth. So this is bars 30 to 36. And you'll notice here, sopranos, that this is a first and second soprano split in the top line. So we're going to start here with the first sopranos, and first sops it's 1, 2, 'tis he is born, whose quickening birth. Listen again. Sing that with me. 'Tis he is born. 1, 2, 'tis he is born, whose quickening birth. Very nice. Then gives life and lustre, public mirth. With me. Gives life and lustre, public mirth. Very good. And then to heaven and the under earth. To heaven and the under earth. So let's do the whole thing there. First sopranos, 'tis he is born. 1, 2, 'tis he is born, whose quickening birth gives life and lustre, public mirth, to heaven and the under earth. Isn't that a gorgeous line? It's so sweet. And notice it's all mezzo piano, mezzo forte, so not too loud. Second sopranos, let's look at your line. Now you start on the same note, you start on the 'tis, but then you sing it twice and climb up. So it's 1, 2, 'tis he is born, whose quickening birth gives life and lustre, public mirth, to heaven and the under earth. Okay, it's a nice line. Let's look at it in bits. So it is, 'tis he is born, whose quickening birth. With me. And 'tis he is born, whose quickening birth. Good. Gives life and lustre, public mirth. And gives life and lustre, public mirth. And then from that note, to heaven and the under earth. With me. To heaven and the under earth. Let's sing that all together, Sops. I'll sing it your octave. We'll have a go anyway. 'Tis he is born. Ready? 1, 2. 'Tis he is born, whose quickening birth gives life and lustre, public mirth to heaven and the under earth. Great job. Well done, seconds. And just to say, that mirth chord, you can already hear something very nice and very special is happening there. Those of you who are music theory nerds, that's called a 9/8 suspension. And it's just one of the sweetest harmonic progressions in music. So seconds, you get that lovely, lovely suspension. So basically, lean on mirth, if you know what I mean. So, lustre, public mirth, and you'll really get that lovely whoosh that John wants us to get. Okay, so we're at the bottom of page 53, doing very nicely, sopranos. We now have "We see him come and know him ours, who with his sunshine and his showers." Now we go back to sopranos together here, okay? See at the end it says SATB, so the top line that "we see him come" is then all the sopranos together, and we sing, "We see him come and know him ours, who with his sunshine and his showers turns the patient ground to flowers, turns all the patient ground to flowers." All right, it's the tune that we learned earlier on. I've just seen I missed out a word at the top of the page, so let's just sing that together. "We see him come and know him ours." Let's do that phrase all together, because that should be familiar. Ready? 1, 2. "We see him come and know him ours." Good. And then, "who with his sunshine and his showers," and "who with his sunshine and his showers." And notice I'm singing showers rather than showers. Showers, because it rhymes with ours. All right, thank you, everybody. And then, "turns all the patient ground to flowers." There's an extra word for you, "turns all the patient." Let's sing that together. 1, 2. "Turns all the patient ground to flowers." Lovely. And then, "turns all the patient ground to flowers." With me. And, "turns all the patient ground to flowers." Great stuff. Very, very nice. A little sip of drink, please. And now the darling of the world is come, and fit it is we find a room to welcome him, to welcome him. Again, we've got a bit of soprano split here. If you look in bar 45, everybody, after darling, you see there's a brackets and S div, so sopranos will divide at that point. So let's start with first sopranos. The darling of the world is come, and fit it is. So it's 1, 2. "The darling of the world is come." Listen again. Sing that with me. 1, 2. "The darling of the world is come." Very nice. And then, "and fit it is we find a room." Listen again. Sing with me. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. "And fit it is we find a room." And then, "to welcome him, to welcome him." Ready? To welcome him. 1, 2. "To welcome him, to welcome him." Well done. Let's sing that whole thing, please. First sopranos, "the darling of the world." 1, 2. "The darling of the world is come, and fit it is we find a room to welcome him, to welcome him." Great stuff. Now, second sopranos, similar shape, obviously same words, but Dorothy said, "I thought Ben just said first sopranos were the darling of the world." All sopranos are the darlings of the world, darlings. Okay, so so the next line, and this is second sopranos, so it's 1, 2. "The darling of the world is come." Listen again. Okay, let's sing that together. Seconds. 1, 2. The darling of the world is come. And then, and fit it is. Listen again. And fit it is. Sing for me. And fit it is. And then, we find a room. And we find a room. And then, to welcome him. And to welcome him. And then to welcome him. At the end, it comes with the comes together with the first. So do you know what? Let me just go through the whole line for you seconds, because that's all in bits. The darling of the world. This is the second line all the way through. 1, 2. The darling of the world is come, and fit it is we find a room to welcome him, to welcome him. All right, that's your line seconds. Let's just do it one more time together. And first, if you want to sing your part over the top, you'd be more than welcome to. Ready? 1, 2. The darling of the world is come, and fit it is we find a room to welcome him, to welcome him. That's a tricky bit, Sops, but I think that's about as tough as it gets. Let's go over the page. There's a lovely bit from the tenors and basses at the bottom of that previous page. The nobler part of all the house here is the heart. Oh, it's a lovely, lovely key change there. And the top of 53 we sing, which we will give him and bequeath this holly and this ivy wreath. It's a lovely bit of tune. Let's sing that together, which we will give him. 1, 2. Which we will give him and bequeath this holly and this ivy wreath. Great. And don't make that too loud. That's just a nice little gentle revisit of the tune, if you like. Then at the bottom of 55, nothing for you there, Sops. It's altos, tenors, basses. At the top of page 56, we're on the home straight. He's bringing the tune back. And we sing in unison. What sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing the birth of this our heavenly King? It's almost exactly the same as at the start, except it's obviously more emotional because it's everybody all singing together. And at the end, Heavenly King, rather than Heavenly King, because it's nearly the end, we go all the way down to that G flat. Let's sing that all together, that lovely reprise at the top of 56, and it's marked pianissimo, molto dolce. Okay? Think the very sweetest thing that you enjoy at Christmas and make it even sweeter. It's as sweet as that. All right, so let's sing. Let's go from the top of the page. What sweeter music? What sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing the birth of this our heavenly King? And then just this last line, Sops. It's the birth of this our heavenly King. And it's just pure magic, everyone. Let's sing it together. The birth of this after 3, 2, 3. The birth of this our heavenly King. And that's it. So everyone, what we're going to do, we're going to sing it all the way through with Record Diary. Remember, we're not recording this one. This isn't for submission. There's no videos or anything. No stress. It's all just enjoying singing, I think, one of John Rutter's best carols with a wonderful, wonderful choir and organ. So let's take it from the beginning. If you haven't had a drink recently, and I haven't, well, just hydrate yourselves, please. Let's sing this all the way through, and then we've got time for some Handel to finish. Okay, take it away, Richard, and Record Diary. Here's What Sweeter Music. Ready, Sops? Deep breath.
What sweeter music can we bring than
dark and delight, fly hence away, and give the honor to this day that sees December.
Ready?
Turned to
Deep breath.
May.
That is December turned to May.
Why does the chilling winter's morn sigh like a field beset with corn, or smell like a meadow newly shorn? Thus all the sudden come and see the cause why things thus fragrant be.
1, 2.
'Tis his bones quaking blood, his life at last a public mirth to heaven and beyond the we see him come and know him ours, who with his sunshine and his showers turns the patient come to flowers, turns all the patient come to flowers. The dying of the world is come, and sweet it is we find the world welcoming him, to welcome him.
The nobler part of all the house is the heart,
Which we will give him and bequeath his holy and this ivy leaf,
to do him honor, who's our King and Lord of all this reveling.
what sweeter music can we bring than a carol for to sing the birth of this our heavenly King? The birth of this our heavenly King.
Oh, well done, everybody. That's just gorgeous. And I'm so glad people enjoyed it. Some lovely comments saying it's so beautiful. This beautiful carol is how I was introduced to Rutter's music. A couple of you said second sop got lost there. The thing is, those second moments, they are a bit tricky. Obviously, practice them. And the more you practice them, the easier it gets. And just practice along with this recording. All right, folks. But the most important thing is you have fun when you sing it. It's such a lovely piece. If you like that, by the way, totally unrelated, check out John Rutter's lovely setting of I Wonder as I Wander. Beautiful. Very much from the same stable. Okay. And so, everyone, let's turn, please, to Handel's Messiah. So, page 32, everybody, you'll find For unto us a child is born, or as we've said many times, For unto us a child is born. So, we're singing along with Self-Isolation Choir, as we've said, and we're not submitting recordings for this. We're just going to have fun and enjoy it. So, For those who haven't sung it either for a while or ever before, this one is Baroque music. It's quite tricky, it's quite fast, has lots of very fast florid notes. And if you've not sung these fast notes before, they're called semiquavers. Semiquavers work, well, if you take a normal note that's worth a beat and you chop it in half, you end up with quavers, okay? And Americans, they're called half notes. Am I right thinking? No, quarter notes are, no, I've got it this right. Quarter notes are what we call crotchets in the UK, and those are worth one beat. Half of those, we call those quavers. In America, they're called eighth notes. And then here we call what you then chop those into half, we call those semi-quavers. You get 4 of them to a beat. Long-winded way of saying that these are fast-moving notes. And the best way to learn them is in blocks, okay? If we look everyone together at the bottom of page 32, and I'm just going to put my keyboard here down a semitone. We're singing this one at Baroque pitch, which just means a little bit lower, a bit easier. Just have a look at the last 2 bars at the bottom of 32, and it's after 2. It goes 1, 2. For unto us a child is born, etc. Lots and lots and lots of fast-moving notes, and lots of people throw themselves at that and kind of go, that's a bit tricky. So what we did when we were learning Messiah at home is we broke it down into chunks, and I taught a little technique which may be useful to some of you. So what we do is we take it and we look at the shape, and it's that da 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 dum. That's the pattern that then repeats sequentially. So what I say to people is, first of all, sing it all to bar. So let's sing it to bar, okay? I'll sing it for you. It goes 1, 2. And that's how it goes. Obviously up an octave. Sing it with me to bar. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, and while you're learning it, sing all of these fast sections to bar. Please don't be tempted to start going, oh, and trying to follow it. Get the pitches absolutely right, sing it to bar. Once that's secure, then sing it with a dotted rhythm. So that's going to sound like, and still to bar for now. And so on. Let's sing it like that, please, everybody. Even if you sung it before, even if you're experts, it's always good to revise. So with a dot, still to bar. 1, 2. Okay, and if you keep the notes nice and short as you're singing bar, you should be able to get through more notes without running out of air. That's one thing to say. Now, when you're singing this for real and you're singing born, try not to make it too big a sound or you'll get rid of all of your air, first of all. And what we'll do is we'll sing this dotted and we'll sing it to born for now, but we'll go born like that, okay? So for unto us with the words, now dotted, but breathe whenever you like. Ready? 1, 2. For unto us a child is born. Okay, now that is one of the hardest bits in the entire movement, and you start with it. Okay, so if that helps, practice it like that. Sing it to bar, dot the rhythm. You can invert the dot as well, and just work on it like a piece of wood if you're sanding it down as a carpenter. Okay, that's the first bit to watch out for. The other one is the "and the government shall be upon his shoulder," which you'll find on 34, which goes, this is the middle of 34, and it goes 1, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called. So there's lots of dum, da-dum, da-dum, the dum rhythm, okay? Very, very baroque, very typical of the time. So make it nice and bouncy, nice and joyful. The whole thing about this piece is if you just imagine everybody celebrating, for unto us a child is born. You know, it's a huge party. So let's sing And the Government, please. So this is after C, it's the middle of page 34 in our score, And the Government. Ready? After 1, 4, 1. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called. All right, let's do that just one more time for those people who are still learning it. Middle of 34, And the Government. 3, 4, 1. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called. Very good. And then these wonderful counsellors that we get to sing. Start your W about half an hour before you sing wonderful. About wonderful Counselor. Yeah, stretch those consonant sounds out for me. Make it a really big, lovely wall of sound. The mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Okay, really emphasize those words for me. As I've said, everybody, those techniques should be useful, particularly for these fast semiquavers. And just in general, if you haven't sung this one, look out for the teaching video that we've sent out where I went through and we as I say, we note bashed and went through it line by line, and then you can come back and sing it with us. We're going to sing it all the way through now with the Self-Isolation Choir. And just have fun with it, folks. The wonderful counsellor comes back several times. Each time it does, it's slightly higher in pitch, it's slightly louder in dynamic. So make it, each time it comes back, make it even more special. Okay, everyone, with our wonderful Baroque orchestra, with Lawrence Cummings on harpsichord, and with the wonderful Rebecca Durston leading, here is For Unto Us a Child is Born. Here we go. Ready? For unto us a child is born. 2, 3. Unto us. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2. And good. Well done. C and sopranos. 2, 3, 4, 1. Upon his shoulder and his name shall. Now go for it. Wonderful Counselor. 3, 4, 1.
The mighty God, the everlasting Father,
The Prince of Peace.
unto us a child is born. Unto us a child is born.
Ready, sopranos, and 1. Unto us a child is born. Altos. Basses. Ready, sopranos, and his name, and 1. And 1. Even more wonderful. 3, 4, 1. And ready, sopranos, and 1, 2, 3. Ready to echo the tenors, and 1. And the God. Three, 4. 3, 4. all one.
Almighty God, the everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Unto us a child is born, unto us a child is born, unto us a Son is given, unto us a Son is given,
Unto us a Son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be. Now go for it. Wonderful Counselor, the mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Oh, isn't it heavenly? Just sublime. I noticed Helen said, yay, harpsichord. Helen's a fan of the harpsichord as well. What an amazing performance. Thank you, everyone, for singing that one with me. Just one very quick note for those who haven't sung it before. Just a little discrepancy with the score, everybody. Page 38. And again, this is, you'll see this when you watch the Messiah videos, the teaching videos, but that middle line, sopranos, and the government, it's, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. Okay, so, and the government shall be, where it says upon, scrub that out, put shall be, and then start upon later. And the government shall be upon his shoulder. Can you make sure you've got that marked in for me? Thank you, everybody. And then the last thing is glory to God. And this one is substantially simpler. It doesn't have these fast-moving semiquavers. It's just a great big sing, okay? 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's like trumpets. You become brass instruments for this one, and then the tenors and basses become string instruments, and peace on earth to reply. Okay, so the glory to gods are really, really big, and then the goodwill towards men. Just make sure you're smiling as you go through all the way through this one. So what we'll do is we'll start at the bottom of 45. We're just going to sing this one through. That's all the time we've got this evening. We'll sing it all the way through. If you need to practice this one, as I say, have a look out for our teaching videos and have a look at it. We'll sing it all the way through on Monday next week, and so there'll be an opportunity to revisit it at that point. But we'll start at the bottom of 45 with "And Suddenly There Was" with the angel. And if you weren't with us for Messiah and you think, goodness me, that soprano is good, the lady's name is Carolyn Sampson. She's one of the best Baroque soloists in the world, and well, we're just so lucky that she agreed to sing with us. So here is "And Suddenly," going straight into glory to God. You'll notice there. Here we go. Tenors and basses.
And peace on earth.
Ready, sops? 2, 3, 4.
Glory to God, glory to God, glory to God in the highest.
1, 2, 3.
And peace on earth.
Then the basses at B, tenors, altos, ready, sopranos, and towards men. 1, 2, goodwill towards men, 3, 4. Glory to God in the highest. 2, 3.
And peace on earth.
Then the altos lead, tenors, And
Goodwill,
3, 4.
goodwill,
3, 4. 3, 4.
towards men, goodwill towards men.
Splendid. And the angels, having sung their piece, disappear off one at a time until there's just a single cherub who realizes he's on his own and disappears. Thank you, everybody. Oh dear! Do you know what? If you like film music, if you like programmatic music where you can hear the story in the music, then Handel is definitely the composer for you. He was really theatrical. Well, thank you everybody for your lovely company tonight. Thank you for your splendid comments, and more importantly, thank you for your lovely singing. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, tonight is not in any way about recording or videos or any of that. Tonight has just been about learning this gorgeous music to sing along with on December the 20th. So we've been through everything. I know, Messiah, we've gone a little bit quickly, but all of that teaching is recorded for you so you can have a look at it in your own time. So I will see you on Monday, Sops. That's a full sing through, please. And remember, after this week, this is our last sectional rehearsal. So as I can speak to you all together, sopranos, just well done. Thank you so much for your hard work, not just on this project, but on everything that we've done this year. It's an amazing, amazing organisation that we're all part of. This choir is very, very special. And, it really wouldn't be anything if you weren't here. I've said to Mark, it'd just be Mark sitting in his house in Dorset, me sat here in my bedroom, just singing into a camera. The fact that you're all here and the fact that you've been here all year is really, really very special. It means a lot to all of us. So well done for your hard work so far. We're not done. We've still got 2 Monday sing-throughs and the concert, but as this is the last time I'll be able to speak to the sopranos on their own until Mozart in January. Well done, Sops. I'm really proud of all of you. So I will see you on Monday, if not before. Of course, come along tomorrow. We've got altos tomorrow. The altos love sopranos popping in. They don't mind at all. And the tenors and basses, well, if you don't come along, there won't be any movement at all in the comments. So do consider popping in on Thursday and Friday this week. But otherwise, have a great weekend. Well done today, Sops. And we'll see you soon. All right. And don't forget, check your email for that special present from Santa Mark. Okay, Santa Strawn, I think that's it. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. All the best, folks. Bye-bye.